Welcome to the Hyperspace Vault. Dave and Alex here, and thank you for watching another one of our videos. Today we're super excited. We're going to do a double unboxing on these two Gaming Great Black Series figures that you can find now at your local GameStop or EB Games or in other markets. These are exclusives to different stores internationally, but here in America it's GameStop, Canada it's EB Games. So check your local area to see what stores are carrying these Gaming Greats exclusives. Alex, you want to go first?
Yeah, I think I'll unbox the Stormtrooper Commander from Star Wars The Force Unleashed. Well, they're both from The Force Unleashed, but this one is from The Force Unleashed. This one has kind of like the darker blue. It's a really cool blue, and as you guys can see, the image here has like cracks on the helmet. It has cool details that I don't think you would normally see on a normal Black Series. And then, of course, we have this blue on here that you only see on the special boxes, like the Shock Trooper from Star Wars Battlefront. And here we go on the side. It doesn't have a number because it's a Gaming Greats, and we have that nice blue color again. And as you can see, it says Stormtrooper Commander on the side there.
Yeah, I love that blue. I mean, look at even the background of the box there. Inside there, the sleeve is really bright blue, and I love that color. Okay, around on the back.
Here's the back. It has the Force Unleashed logo, another image of the figure. Well, not the figure itself, just the character that is the figure. And then it has a description: Stormtrooper Commander. Star Wars The Force Unleashed follows Darth Vader's secret apprentice trained to hunt down and destroy Jedi, while Stormtrooper Commanders lead Imperial troops into battle. And that was the description. Yet again, there's no number because it's a Gaming Greats, and that's basically all with the packaging.
All right, let me get this cracked open for you.
There we go. And there he is in the blister pack. Looks really cool. But I think it'll look cooler when we get him out.
Okay, we've got him out of the blister pack. And Alex, what are your first impressions?
I think it's a really cool figure. The articulation is kind of locked, if that's the right word to use, which is completely expected on a brand new, never opened figure. And I've never really handled with a Black Series Stormtrooper for a long time, so I wasn't really used to the articulation of it compared to the new figures, because it's very hindered in some parts. And about articulation, this is not the brand new Stormtrooper mold, the brand new mold that they just made for the Mandalorian on the new Black Series waves for Phase 4. This is the old molding that they've always used throughout the years. Yeah, moving on to the paint applications, it's all printed on as expected, but it's still really cool. I like the weathering on it, although it would be cool to see a paint wash or dirt wash. We've never gotten any like sort of dirt wash since like Captain Rex, but he only comes with 2 accessories as expected for a Stormtrooper, and that is the E11 blaster, which he is holding right now. He also comes with a pulse cannon right here. As expected for all Stormtroopers, they all come with pulse cannons. Don't know why, they just make them that way. He doesn't come with any like important accessories or like any like guns that he would use in the Force Unleashed game. I'm still happy with the accessories that he came with.
All right, let's take a look at these paint apps a little bit closer. And as you can see, there are the blue paint apps that look really good on this figure. And they're kind of scraped up and worn. So really nice looking trooper overall.
Yeah. On the back, we don't see this a lot. It is weathered on the back, so they weren't too lazy, but it's not as much weathering as there is on the front. Still, the paint application is really cool. Really cool. Like I said, I would like to see a dirt wash, but that's just how they do it in Black Series now, since they have that new technology.
Okay, Alex, how would you rate this figure?
I think from a scale on 1 to 10, I would give it a 10. There is some bad things about this figure, but it's pretty normal for a Black Series Stormtrooper, so I can't hurt him that much about it. And the reason why I give him a 10 out of 10 is because it's a classic mold for the figure. Even if it is hindering in some parts and you can't pose them up the way that you want to sometimes, I think it's just iconic and classic for this one, and especially since we're getting a new one and we won't see this one anymore. Now, the paint app is really good, just, the dirt wash situation here. The articulation is pretty good for what they've got. And then the accessories, I would like to see, something extra, but it's better than nothing. Overall, it's a good figure that you would definitely want to have in your collection if you're collecting Black Series figures, especially gaming greats.
Yeah, I really like this figure. I like it. And what surprised me the most was the all the joints. All the previous troopers we've gotten, Stormtroopers, for whatever reason, their joints have been kind of loose, especially the head joint, the head ball joint. And this one is really tight. All of the joints and articulation is really tight on this figure. So that's really nice to see for once on a Stormtrooper. Okay, next up we're going to take a look at the Shadow Trooper from Star Wars The Force Unleashed, which is a little confusing for me, which I guess maybe this was the first appearance of the Shadow Trooper. I'm not real sure. But I would have thought they would have used a Battlefront box or Battlefront labeling on this box, but I guess if the Force Unleashed was the first appearance for the Shadow Trooper, that makes sense. So I'm not real sure. If you know that, leave a comment down below and let us know if Star Wars The Force Unleashed was the first appearance for this Shadow Trooper. Now let's take a close look at the box here. A different color here. It's more of an aqua blue, the sleeve is, and the side of the box. And again, you don't have a number here, just the Gaming Greats logo. And then on the back of the box, we have a description. Shadow Trooper, Star Wars The Force Unleashed follows Darth Vader's secret apprentice trained to hunt down and destroy Jedi, while Shadow Troopers used cloaking devices to ambush enemies. Alright, let's get him unboxed here. Now, if you ever played Battlefront and the survival mode, the Shadow Troopers are on that, and if you've ever played that, you know how much of a pain they are to deal with.
Yeah, just like in the Force Unleashed, in Battlefront they also do use cloaking devices, so it's pretty cool.
Alright, here he is in the blister pack, and you can see he comes with the same accessories as the other Stormtrooper, which all the Stormtroopers come with, is the E11 blaster and the pulse cannon. Okay, out of the blister pack, this first impressions of this figure is it's really cool. Really nice paint apps on this, really unique paint apps on this. And it's the standard Stormtrooper body, just like the Stormtrooper Commander, the same trooper body that they've always used for the Black Series. So it's not the new mold that's coming out with Wave 26 and Phase 4, unfortunately. but so it still has that same hindered articulation that the other troopers have to deal with. But the paint apps are quite unique on this figure and really cool. Now, I do believe they did release a Shadow Trooper one time before in the Black Series. I think it was just basically shiny black with silver paint apps on like the eyes and stuff. But I think that was like an exclusive Trooper pack, maybe. I'll have to research that a little bit further. Or if you know, leave a comment down below and let us know about the previous Shadow Trooper release. I'm pretty sure there was a previous release of the Shadow Trooper, but it was unlike this figure. It was just painted silver or gloss black. Okay, so let's take a look at this figure. Now, this is, I think the figure is molded in translucent plastic. You can kind of see that the blue tones there, and you can kind of see through parts of it, and then they painted over like in a kind of like a gunmetal gray, and then they sprayed some silver over top of that on some parts of the figure. You can see that on the helmet right there where the light is shining on it really bright. That's just not only a reflection, but it's also silver right there. So really cool paint apps on this figure. And also you can see these blue highlights painted like around the armor and stuff. And if you have a UV light, which we do not have one handy right now, but if you have a UV light, those blue paint apps will glow. I wish I could show that to you, but I don't have a UV light handy right now. Ours is packed up somewhere.
Minnie, do you want?
All right, so let's take a closer look at this figure. You can see the weapon here. He's got his pulse, so he posed him up with the pulse cannon, and it has some silver dry brushing on the weapon. I always like when they do that, and they tend to do that with the exclusive figures like this. The regular releases don't ever get the dry brushing for whatever reason. So there you can see that silver paint on the helmet, and more of the translucent, like this arm over here is all translucent plastic. So yeah, really cool figure. Not going to get into articulation. This is just a standard articulation that all the troopers have. So I'm pretty sure if you collect Black Series, you're familiar with it. You're familiar with the articulation of these troopers. So yeah, so the torso in here is translucent, and this leg over here is translucent around the knee.
I think that's a really cool feature that they did, how they have it to where it's solid and then it gets over to where you could see through it. I think it's really cool how they did that, especially because his main ability is the cloaking device, so it kind of makes sense that they would make it to where you can see through him. And I just think that's so cool.
Here's a close-up of the helmet there. You can see the blue paint apps for the eye lenses and the little striping down the breathing apparatus. So it looks really cool. Really cool looking figure. Okay, Alex, what do you think about these troopers, and which one is your favorite?
I think my favorite, they're both hard. They're good figures with good applications from the same video game or type of media or whatever you want to call it. I think my favorite will have to be the Shadow Stormtrooper. I know the Stormtrooper Commander is good. I kind of like them the same, but you know, I think my favorite is going to have to be the Shadow Stormtrooper. It's really cool. I like the paint applications on it, how it has that blue on it. And then my favorite thing about this figure is that you can see through it. It's just so cool. And they have it like solid on one part, and then you go down and then you can see through the figure. It really adds to the stealthy look of this figure. The stealthy... It really, if I lived in Star Wars and then I saw this thing turn invisible with the color blue, I think I would be intimidated.
Yeah, I agree with you. The Shadow Trooper is really cool. Even though the Stormtrooper Commander, I love the blue paint apps on that and the unique striping that figure received. There's something really cool about this Shadow Trooper with the translucent parts and the way they've painted it and the additional blue striping on it too. And then when you apply that UV light to it, everything kind of glows and kind of looks really cool. So, yeah, my favorite is going to be the Shadow Trooper also, which is, before we opened these, I thought my favorite was going to be the Stormtrooper Commander because I like the paint apps on that so much. But after having both these figures out, I've changed my mind. I think I like the Shadow Trooper a lot better now. Or not a lot better, but better. Both of them are really cool figures. Both are really... I highly recommend both of them if you're collecting the Black Series. And if you're into Star Wars gaming, yeah, these are must-haves.
Yeah, both of them. Just because we're saying that the Shadow Stormtrooper is our favorite does not mean that the Stormtrooper Commander is bad. The Stormtrooper Commander is a phenomenal figure. You should definitely pick that one up, but don't forget about Shadow Stormtrooper. You should pick him up as well. They're quite rare in our area. It's a big, it's a long story how we had to get ours.
Alright, that wraps up this video. Now, if you haven't subscribed yet, we're getting closer and closer to our 500 subscriber giveaway. As soon as we reach 500 subscribers, we'll be giving away the carbonized Mandalorian Black Series figure. So, if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. And once we hit 500 subscribers, we'll do a giveaway video featuring this guy. And also, we've gotten a lot of new subscribers lately, so shout out to all of our new subscribers. I hope you're happy with the channel. Hope you enjoy our channel. And another shout out to Kylo Collector on Instagram. He's featured a lot of our posts, and I think a lot of people have started following us on Instagram, and then they end up here on YouTube. So shout out to him for helping us out. And also shout out to User Mike Television on YouTube for... featuring us on his channel. We shipped him a figure, and when he features on his video, we picked up a lot of new subscribers too. So shout out to those fine Star Wars collectors and the Star Wars community. All right, Alex, I believe that's it. Take us out.
Also, make sure to check out my channel, link down in the description below, and may the Force be with you always.